What's up, everyone? It's Scotty with MoneyVest. So we've got an insane, crazy, probably one of the most important stock market weeks coming up, and I really wish this wasn't an overstatement. And the reason why this is true and this is not an overstatement is because we've got earnings, big tech earnings, lots of companies. We've got FOMC meeting. We've got unemployment numbers. We've got press conference from Jerome Powell. And we've got ISM manufacturing number, the Fed's balance sheet, the jobless claims, lots of stuff to unpack from both an earnings and an economic standpoint. So I hope you all are ready because this is going to be quite crazy in the markets in the next week here. So I hope you all enjoy this video, find it helpful. If you do, make sure that you drop a like and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Again, links to our Discord and Patreon is going to be down below if you're interested in joining us and of course getting access to all the members only private videos. 3 more spots left for that investor early bird tier. After that, after 3 days or 4 days after the January ends, it is going to expire for good. So link's going to be down below with that 16% annual discount, and you'll get access to all the 20 plus Discord channels, including trade alerts and buy and sell alerts and options alerts and everything, as well as the intrinsic value with our fair values and watch list on Excel spreadsheets, and of course over 45 plus members only tutorials and educational videos as well. So again, link's going to be down below. We'd love to have you on board. Now, this right here is the earnings calendar. Lots of companies, and I will be doing separate, more dedicated videos on most of these companies, so worry not. Don't be worried. I will be going over them each separately, either before earnings or after earnings for sure. So SoFi, that's going to be the hottest stock on Monday before the markets open. Super Microcomputer. This stock was actually quite under the radar. Before I covered it, it was very, very under the radar. We talked about this, I believe, in February and March of last year, and since then, it has only gone in one direction, and that is literally just up through the moon, over 400, 500% returns. So it's been one of the best performing stocks that we have covered as a community. And again, credit goes to all of you, all of us. Together, we were able to find such a hidden gem in the semiconductor space that has done incredibly well. So congratulations if you've taken advantage of super micro computers. So SMCI, they're reporting, SoFi is reporting on Monday. Now comes Tuesday, we've got Pfizer, we got GM, we got UPS, we got JetBlue. A lot of these companies that are super important. We got Marathon reporting on Tuesday before the opening, and of course Microsoft, one of the largest publicly traded company in the world, which recently kind of took over Apple in terms of that market cap of over $3 trillion. Of course, my favorite, AMD is reporting. Google is also reporting, as well as Starbucks reporting on a Tuesday after the bell. So this is quite literally going to be the wildest week in the market because we've got 4 of the biggest companies in the world, because Apple and Amazon, actually Meta, oh my God, they're all reporting in the same week. Oh my God, this has probably never happened. Like it's very rare for all these companies to report in the same week. Usually it's kind of scattered out, but we've got Microsoft, Google, Apple, Amazon, and Meta. 5 of the Magnificent 7 companies reporting in the same week. Tesla and Netflix was last week. So we got 5 of the 7 of big tech, Magnificent 7, reporting this upcoming week. So that's how crazy it's going to be. Of course, we got Novo Nordisk, one of my favorite companies in sort of like that healthcare space. Boeing is reporting. MasterCard is reporting. Visa reported last week. It dropped 1.7, close to 2%. Qualcomm, another one of my favorites in the semiconductor 5G IoT spaces. Align Technology, also not one to sleep on. Very, very solid company. And then on Thursday, we got Altria, we got Royal Caribbean, Peloton reporting pre-market. We got Merck. I think Merck's going to do really well in 2024. Keep this one on your watch list. And of course, I already mentioned on Thursday, we got Apple, Amazon, Meta. Atlassian, this is a very solid stock. My dev team uses Atlassian to kind of be connected and doing a lot of dev work. So their ticker symbol's team. So that one's going to be on the watch list. And of course, on Friday, we got big energy companies, including ExxonMobil, Chevron. We got Bristol Myers, AbbVie, all of them reporting on Friday before the bell. So earnings calendar is absolutely packed, folks. And then this right here is the economics calendar, because not only do we have the Fed meeting, we've also got unemployment Friday. So Joel's numbers are coming out on Monday, actually on Tuesday. That's going to be at 10 a.m. Eastern. That's going to be scheduled. And then the most important day is going to be Wednesday, January 31st, the last day of January, and that's where the FOMC press conference is going to take place, and the FOMC statement is going to be issued along with the interest rate decision from the Federal Reserve. I don't think there's any SEP scheduled, so there's not going to be a summary of economic projections, but we do also have the ADP non-farm payrolls, because that comes out a couple days before the actual non-farm payrolls report. We got the OPEC meeting, initial jobless claims, which comes out every Thursday, the Fed's balance sheet that comes out every Thursday, Atlanta Fed GDP now for the first quarter, and ISM manufacturing PMI. as well as construction spending. All of that's going to be scheduled for Thursday, February 1st, and the first Friday of the month of February, which is February 2nd. We've got the actual unemployment rate, unemployment situation, non-farm payrolls. All that is going to be scheduled as well. So it is going to quite literally be a very, very happening and wild week in the market, packed with earnings for 5 of the Magnificent 7 companies. So combined, they represent a market cap of close to $8 to $9 trillion. Just those 5 companies alone, along with other companies. So we're talking, companies that are worth close to $10+ trillion collectively. So FOMC meeting, Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell's speech, unemployment report in the US, lots of stuff. So going over to the market, S&P 500 trading at an all-time high. So 21, 22 times earnings multiple. Now this is the problem, the trouble trifecta as we like to call it. The US 10-year Treasury yields on the way up. It's pushed up over 10 to 11% to back over 4.1%. Not to mention the dollar index, which is DXY, also rallied a little bit over 2.5, close to 3% from its low hundreds, back up to 103. And more importantly, the index that is actually moving up is crude oil. Crude oil is also on its way back up. It's hitting its $70 a barrel for the first time since November of last year, and it has already rallied a little bit over 11, actually 13% from its recent lows back in January. So earlier this year, so in the month of January, in fact, crude oil prices are up over 9.5%. That's not great news for inflation. So that's something to keep in mind, because if that pushes up again, gas prices are going to stabilize and start moving back higher. And that's going to put upwards pressure on inflation once again, which obviously is not going to be great news, something to keep in mind from the market standpoint as well. Going back over to S&P and the NASDAQ. So NASDAQ here also pretty much trading at an all-time, not an all-time high. So it's got still a little bit of ways to go. 16,000 is what it needs to achieve. So another 4.5, close to 5% in order to be trading at an all-time high. But support level is going to stay put roughly at 15,300 down to this green rectangle sitting 14,366 as well. So the bottom line is that a lot of individual stocks, including Magnificent 7 and Core, Big Tech, is trading at an all-time high. It's trading at very overextended, overbought levels. Valuations are aggressively trading at a premium. So for me personally, this is not the time to be looking at, let's say, quote-unquote buying stocks. So I'm not like aggressively dollar cost averaging or deploying cash in this market, just because I feel like this is a market that is not fairly valued. It's trading at somewhat of a premium relative to its fair value. And by no means that this is a cheap market or this is an undervalued market, because technically speaking, speaking from a sentimental, sort of overall trend standpoint and from a valuation fundamental standpoint, markets have just been pushing higher, right? Specifically the semiconductors and tech, it's just been on a straight rally upwards. So I'm not as excited for deals right now. I've been sending out alerts for broad-based ETFs and maybe some individual stocks that I'm dollar cost averaging into, maybe like PayPal or Enphase that I recently bought. But other than that, just kind of sitting back, enjoying the ride, enjoying this momentum higher, while at the same time also cautious and aware that there is a possibility for a little bit of a pullback. And that's where I'll start putting cash to work, start deploying some money back into the market, and start dollar cost averaging a little bit more aggressively. That's why I am sitting on a little bit of heavier cash here than usual, because not only am I looking at buying real estate here in Dubai, but also will be looking at buying some stocks if and when the markets do start rolling over a little bit and start giving us those deals once again. So again, if you want to get access to all those alerts, which I will be sending out on Discord, what stocks I'm buying, what options I'm trading, link's going to be down below. 3 more spots left with that 16% annual discount. But get ready. It's about to get really, really crazy next week in the markets. Happy investing, and I'll see you all in the next video.